Guiding techniques. Establishing contact. When approaching someone to offer assistance, always introduce yourself and, if relevant, identify who you are.
Hi Murray, it's Cherie.
Hi Cherie.
Would you like a guide?
Yes please.
Speak normally. There's no need to shout. If the person has difficulty hearing you, it may help to talk in a lower tone or slow your speech slightly. Never assume the person needs your help. They may thank you and decline your offer. Don't feel bad or be put off. If your offer of help is accepted, it is important to use the correct techniques and ask them which side they wish to be guided on. Before you establish contact, it is useful to be facing in the direction of travel. Make contact with their hand or forearm with the back of your hand so they can find your arm. They will slide their hand up your arm and establish a grip just above your elbow. Their fingers will be on the inside of your arm with their thumb on the outside. Their upper arm should be positioned close to the side of their body. Their forearm is parallel to the ground. This ensures that there is a constant distance from the guide, there is less width taken up, and there is sufficient reaction time with the traveller approximately one step behind the guide. In the correct position, the shoulder of your guiding arm should be in line with the shoulder of the traveller, and they'll be about one step behind you. Stay relaxed and keep your guiding arm close to your side. You should check with the person being guided what their preferred walking pace is, and agree on a walking speed that suits you both. If they have a guide dog, please do not distract or pat the dog without the handler's permission. When guiding a person who has a dog, they will let the handle drop down and hold the leash. Establish contact on the opposite side to the dog. Some people may require more support when being guided and may loop their arm around your guiding arm and over the forearm. This will bring you closer together, but as your walking pace is slower, it is usually not an issue. Children who are shorter will usually establish a grip between the wrist and elbow. Very young children may hold on to one or two of your fingers. Never leave anyone you are guiding in an open space, as this can be disorienting and affect their balance. Guide the traveller to an object such as a handrail, wall, table or chair that they can maintain contact with until you return.
Oh, there's a table just on your right here.
Thank you very
I'll
much.
leave you to it. See you later.
See you later.
If they need assistance to locate objects, place the hand of your guiding arm onto the object and the traveller will either use their grip hand or free hand to move down your arm and locate the object. Narrow spaces. At times you will need to walk through a space that is too narrow for both of you to get through. When approaching a narrow space, move your guiding arm behind you and towards the center of your back. The traveller will extend their arm and move directly behind you. It is important that as the guide you keep your body facing forward and not turn your shoulders, or this will change the alignment for the traveller. Once through the narrow space, bring your guiding arm back to your side and into its normal guiding position. Transferring sides. There may be times when the person being guided needs to be on your other side, such as when needing to use a handrail. There are two ways to change sides, static and dynamic. With the static technique, you should let the traveller know what is happening and then stop. They will put their free hand against the back of your guiding arm, release the original hand grip, and trail across your back until they make contact with your other arm. They will then re-establish their grip and guiding position on your other side.
We're approaching a medium flight of stairs going down. I'll get you to change sides. Handrail there on the left. Ready?
Yes.
With the dynamic technique, again, let them know what is happening ahead of time. While you are both moving, the traveller will bring their free hand to hold your guiding arm and extend their arm while releasing the initial grip. They will then trail across your back to find your other arm. Finally, they'll bring their other hand across and establish the basic grip on your opposite arm.
Okay, we're going to change sides.
Reversing directions. There are times when you may need to turn around and go in the opposite direction. To do this, there are two techniques. In the first, you come to a stop and turn around the person you are guiding so that they pivot on the same spot. This helps them in maintaining their orientation. The second technique is for limited spaces, such as in lifts. Stop walking, tell the traveller you need to turn around, and then turn 90 degrees to face each other, and a new grip is established on your other arm. Continue turning until you are facing the other direction and have completed a 180-degree turn. Doors. When approaching doors, the traveller should be on the hinge side of the door. If they are not, you may need to change sides. As you approach the door, tell the traveller which side the door is hinged on and which way it opens. For example, the door is hinged on the left and opens away from us.
Okay, we've just got a door hinged on the left, so if I could get you to change sides. And it opens away from us.
If necessary, allow time for the person to transfer sides. For a door opening away from you, open it with your free arm. As you enter, move your guiding arm into the narrow spaces position. The traveller will move in behind you. They will then move their free hand out and forward at about waist or shoulder height in a sweeping motion to make contact with the door. The traveller holds the door until it is cleared, then releases it and resumes the normal guiding position. With doors opening away from you, the traveller moves about 1.5 steps before contacting the door. With doors opening towards you, the traveller may contact the door as soon as the guide continues forward.
Okay, we've just got a door hinged on the right opening towards us.
Do not look over your shoulder, as this will change the direction of your guiding arm. If the door opens towards you, ensure you stop with sufficient distance so you can reach forward with your free arm to open the door without having to move back. Modification. If the traveller is on the opposite side, latch side, they will bring their free arm up to the guiding arm, release their original grip and move in behind the guide and sweep the arm out and forward to make contact with the door. Once clear of the door, the traveller will move back and establish the grip with their original hand. Ascending and descending stairs. Always approach steps and stairs straight on, perpendicular. Explain which direction they go, up or down. It can be helpful to let the traveller know when there are up to 3 steps, but when there are more, there is no need to count.
Okay, Murray, we're approaching a flight of stairs going down, about a medium size. I'll get you to change sides. There's a handrail on your left. Yep, if you want to find the edge. Good to go?
Yep. If there is only one handrail, ensure they are on that side. Stop when you reach the edge of the first stair or riser, pause, allow them time to hold the handrail if wanted, and find the first step with their foot. Then proceed up or down the stairs with the traveller always following 1 step behind. When you reach the top, a landing, or bottom of the stairs, pause slightly when your first foot reaches the landing to indicate the traveller has 1 step to go. Continue moving forward. Do not stop, as this could confuse the traveller. When the traveller completes the last step, resume your normal pace. Seating. When approaching a seat, let the traveller know which way it is facing, the type of seat it is, for example, an office chair or sofa, whether it has arms, how high it is, if it is at a table, and if there are other people seated. If you are approaching from behind or from the side of the seat, guide the traveller to the back of the chair and place your guide hand on the back of the chair. Tell the traveller which way it is facing. For example, it may be facing forward, to the right, or to the left. They will then locate the chair's back and seat. The traveller may check the chair before being seated.
We're just coming up to the cafe table. It's just on our right.
On our right.
So
Okay.
there's your chair and the table directly in front. You can go around to the left.
Okay. Okay.
If you are approaching a seat from the front, guide the traveller to just in front of the seat and let them know it's directly in front. They will locate it with the front of their lower leg. The traveller may check the chair before being seated. When leaving, wait for the traveller to stand before establishing contact. In an auditorium or where there are rows of seats, a modified narrow space technique is used. Walk down the aisle to the appropriate row. Pause, and the traveller aligns themselves alongside the guide. Either the guide or the traveller can start to sidestep into the row, keeping close to the seats in front. If there are suitable seats in front, the traveller can trail the seats with their free hand. The traveller maintains contact with the guide by keeping their original grip. Stop when the traveller is in front of their seat.
Here we are in the auditorium, Chris. We
Okay.
just got a landing and stairs, so
Yep.
2 down and another landing. Yep.
Okay, good.
And this is our row,
Okay.
so we're just going to come sideways.
Yep.
And there's
About
a
here?
seat behind you.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Perfect seating.
Good view for you?
It is a good view for me. Yep.
When leaving, the traveller may choose to exit the row first, or you may need to step across in front to guide them out.
Okay, that was a great lecture, Chris.
Yeah, it was
Time to
good
go.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
okay.
bit narrow, so if
Yeah.
you go out before me trailing the table edge.
Okay.
Okay, and we've just got
Okay.
those
Cheers.
stairs.
Cheers, yeah.
Accepting or refusing assistance. If a traveller does not need any assistance and their arm is taken by a person offering help, the traveller will release their arm by pulling it across their body towards the opposite shoulder to break the grip. If they do require assistance, they will reach under and take the guide's arm with their free hand, then establish the correct grip with the guide in front. At all times, the easiest way to know whether they need assistance is simply to ask first.
Oh, hi. Do you want a hand crossing the road?
Yes, please. Just let me take your elbow.
Sure.
Guiding two people. To guide more than one person, the second traveller is guided by the first traveller using the basic grip. Please remember that when guiding two people, it is important that you allow time for information to be relayed to the second traveller, particularly for narrow spaces and object negotiation. Wheelchair guiding. Always introduce yourself before pushing someone's wheelchair and explain where you're going. Do not talk over the back of the person in the wheelchair. Come to the side or the front. Determine with the person you are guiding how best to communicate information. If physical contact is required, such as touching their shoulder, ensure they are okay with this.
Oh, hey Michelle, it's Shirley. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Would you like a guide to the meeting room today?
Yes, please.
Okay, are you happy for me to talk behind you, or do you want me to come around and stop if we need to talk?
Behind me is fine. You can
Okay,
talk.
cool. Shall we get going?
Yeah, yes, please.
Try not to talk too much and take your time, especially when describing landmarks and clues. When making turns, try to use 90-degree turns to assist with orientation. Avoid using the footrests to push doors or pulling the wheelchair backwards. When using lifts, make sure they're facing the same direction as everyone else. And if you are unable to turn the wheelchair within the lift, check first with the traveller if they are okay with your backing the wheelchair in. Use consistent routes, and when you leave, make sure the traveller is at their destination or knows where they are. Guiding people who are deaf-blind. Before offering assistance to a person who has a dual sensory loss, let them know you are there by approaching from a direction where they will see you best. They may not be able to hear you, and you may need to use touch. Identify who you are and ask them if they have better hearing in one ear. Guide them on that side if you can.
Hi Maria, it's Cherie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
I'm here to assist you to the gym.
Okay.
Is there a side that you can hear better from?
My left side.
Okay, I'll come to that side.
Work out your communication strategies ahead of time and, if you need to, stop walking to communicate. When indicating narrow spaces and changing directions, you may need to slow your movements to allow time for the traveller to change their position. To change sides, it may be best to use the narrow spaces technique and communicate through touch that you want them to change sides by reaching across with your free arm to make contact with the traveller's grip hand. This indicates to the traveller to change arms. At stairs, make your pauses very clear. You may need to give more tactile information to indicate the presence or direction of stairs, or use a more exaggerated movement as you take the first step. To indicate the location of the handrail, use your guiding arm as in the standard technique, or if more assistance is needed, guide their free hand with yours underneath to the rail. Never grab the traveller's hand. Cars. When walking towards a vehicle, explain which way the car is facing and which door you're leading the traveller to. Put your guiding hand on the door handle so they can trail down your arm and enter the vehicle by themselves. Don't open the door unless the traveller asks you to.
Hi Laura, it's Cherie, you ready to go?
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so the car is facing front to the left. We're going to the front door. Here's the door handle.
Thank you.
All right.
Guide dog handlers normally prefer to sit in the front passenger seat with the dog at their feet. It may help to guide the traveller's hand to the top of the door opening so they can check the height to enter safely. For further information and advice, contact Blind Low Vision NZ on 0800 24 3333 or email info@blindlowvision.org.nz.